Hello again, guys, for another session of the letter. In the last session, we play as our boy Luke. Now, Luke is we're just kind of learning about more about his side of the story once again. So, after his encounter with the spooky, potentially ghost lady who's now acting as a maid at his mansion, becoming paranoid, he basically started hiring security guard and all that stuff. Well, before the security guards could show up, he was visited by the good old little Kylie, who's the scrappy dude of this scenario. But after having like a bit of a kind of angry fit by Kylie, saying like, "Oh, you're not doing too good with your Tia here," you know, and eventually she just kind of left a little bit upset about that. But as a kid, she kind of forget about it. However, there was a kind of a concerning thing that she was talking to apparently imaginary friend, which later reveals as soon as Kylie left and get some of the drawings were left scattered everywhere. Drawing of that spooky ghost lady that we have seen throughout the story. Now, being kind of like upsetting and thinking this is a joke, um, he was hearing voices around the house, and finally he got to the main like hall, like I guess the ballroom portion of the mansion, and there, there were like the ghostly spirits and be like, bruh, join us type of scenario. And of course, there was a scary, spooky ghost lady the entire time. So, with his last ounce of like, fuck this shit, I'm out, he decided to kind of like run and get holed up in the room. However, Hanna is missing. So, with his butler telling him to remain where he's supposed to be at, might be saying, F that, I'm gonna get my wife. So, let's find out. What happens next. Take it away.
Difficult, every limb heavy with lead. No matter my aversion for the words they murmur, in my ears, the sight of a horde smile from afar, my body refuses to yield. I am at their mercy. Beyond fathomable reason, my consciousness refuses the pull of the waking world, choosing to linger in the pits of a dream, gradually drawing me deeper into unknown depths. Somehow, even if it might mean I may never open my eyes, I allow them. You do not belong there, my prince. Not that I mind getting a few extra hours, of course. The bed's more than comfortable as it is, after an exhausting day yesterday. Wait a minute. Babysitting Kylie and the stress of finding an intruder in my own home. And to top it off, Tom Brady is going to the Super Bowl again! Seriously, how does that guy keep getting into the Super Bowl, even when he switches teams? Seriously, fuck Tampa Bay! Ugh. But anyways, I think I deserve a little break. Every once in a while, especially after going through all that in a single day. Fuck you, Tom Brady! Why are you so good at football?
Yeah, because I do play football.
I can only be on the receiving end of so many unacceptable things within the span of a few hours, you know? You're not helping, Tom!
I just play football.
As gracious
really
a host and person I am, my patience has its limits too. Although there's still that problem with Hanna. I haven't forgotten that, of course. That's why I had spoken. He's competent enough. He won't even last a day in my service if he's any less than those half-wits who think they can deceive me with such sweet words. He's more than capable of working away on his own without guidance. Let the butler take care of that little problem with Hanna. Well, I... Hanna... You do not need her. I am here. We are here.
We are here.
This
This
is where
is
your home is. My precious. My precious.
Where you
belong
belong,
for
for
the
the
blood we
share.
Yeah.
Come
Come
back to us.
Come back. Luke, come back. How long has it been since I watched that god-awful Shining movie? Ugh, I have no idea why people like it. Your Highness has never been this long before. Surely, there should have been an update by now, right? Right? So why isn't there? No.
No.
No! Ow! Please stop, please! Please don't go! My precious! Bloody hell, the critters I surrounded myself with! Fuck you, Gollum! Isn't that enough reason to force myself out of bed? As it has always been the case. Now! Now!
Oh boy.
My eyes fly open, expecting the warm rays of sunshine filtering the curtains. Only to be greeted by a blinding flash of light and a loud boom of thunder that sounded near too close to my ears. If only the weekend were here to play his godly catchy song now. Strong gusts of wind occasionally bursting from the open balcony door, bringing drizzles of cold rain into the room. I must have left it open earlier before dozing off. The carpet and the floor closest to it is already drenched. Hanna's going to be so cross when she sees this. Not that it's an immediate problem. If anything, it's the power outage we should be minding first. But the intruder's still large and at large. I mean, seriously, that is one large woman. Steering through this darkness might be far more fatal than multiple stab wounds or a gunshot to the chest. Great. The power's still out. This is exactly what I need right now. God damn it, Spectrum. Why are your servers so shit? It's the storm, of course.
They would go out right whenever you can't go out.
Yeah. I should have moved back to the penthouse to weather it in a much more comfortable setting. Already, I can hear the creak and groans of this old place as rain beats against the windows. Your Highness! Has someone been sent to check the circuit breaker yet? No answer. Your Highness! Silence. Slogan! Asshole! Someone! Anyone! Still nothing, and my cordial mood is quickly dissipating. Where are those idiots when you need them? It's really a wonder why he hasn't fixed this yet. Was I really out that long? Can't be. It's only been a few hours after midnight at the time on my wristwatch is anything to go by. Unless I've forgotten to change it again after that last overseas trip a month ago. Though the delay is understandable, if he went looking for Hanna as he promised, and bloody hell, my salary's also at stake here. Cursing. I stay still, let my eyes try and adjust to the darkness while my hands fumble for my slippers. If that butler isn't going to fix this, I may as well order the security posted outside to do it. It's probably just a blown fuse. Anyone with a brain could repair one. Grabbing my jacket, and with footwear finally on, I make for the door. Although in haste, I pause briefly when a gleam catches my eyes. On one of my drawers, underneath the clutter, I get to organize, the muzzle of a gun peeks out. God damn, are we on present day already? Hanna has never openly commented my possession, commented, my possession of it, but I do know she does not approve it, knowing the bloody firearms policy in this nation. Of course, I've not found much use for it in the 7 years we've been together. Otherwise, she'd already thrown it out years ago. Doesn't mean it won't be useful right now. Without second thought, I seize it, sending the stuff piled up above it on the floor. Whatever. I'll get to it later. But I swear, if this is Tom Brady invading my house, I'll him without a second thought. This blackout problem should be resolved first.
This looks like a good place to put a Super Bowl trophy in.
Tom! Boom!
Yeah.
So, fun fact, in the UK, football is actually called soccer. Or wait.
You shut up, you...
Wait.
Right next to my missing security detail, as it turns out. Where the fuck did everyone go? There were two, weren't there? Shulkin had 2 blokes posted to stand guard for the night. I might be panicking for a bit early, but I'm quite sure I hadn't gone delusional yet. What? They both of them decided to take a break because they think the master's already sound asleep and won't be looking for them. Lazy assholes. Damn nitwits. I know assassinations happen very rarely these days, and even less in a peaceful city like Luxburn. But bollocks! There's been a woman going in and out of this place uninvited who may or may not want to put a knife in my back. Isn't that enough reason to stay on alert? I'm fairly sure that Strokin won't just enlist their help just for this power outage, only to leave me unprotected. We have a difficult friendship, so to speak, but I doubt the man is an opportunist. I'm holding the lives of his family in my hands, after all. Seriously, though, I have no idea when he finds time to actually meet his husband. He knows that what I am capable of doing. He's not stupid enough to do anything that will endanger him and then save only himself. So where then? Only my footsteps echo along dark passage. I am left gripping the handle of my pistol for some sort of comfort. Without proper lighting, and with a storm still raging outside, the stories I've heard about this place seem to have some truth to it. Some, I should add. Like, not all. If I'm reaching and wishing to entertain myself a bit, I'll say there might also be ghosts whispering in my ears, calling. Of course, it's just the wind and the trees rustling outside. Ghosts? Who believes those exist? Nothing good will come of allowing these thoughts to linger when problems are still piling up in front of me one after another. Especially with what greets me once I get to the foyer.
Sorry, but I couldn't help notice how it's raining outside, but they're using like the nighttime scene.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Alright.
Though it's dark, the large windows illuminate the air much more easily than any of the other rooms. And from where I stand, we have actually caught up with the present day! So, fuck you people who couldn't show up!
We can voice act now.
No.
Ah.
And from where I stand at the top of the stairs, I can easily make out their forms. Recognize them even. Well, I guess I'm just gonna have to do all the female voices then.
Nah, I want to do a female voice.
Yeah, I kind of want to do Rebecca. Do a
I
style.
Okay, fine. Fine.
Jeez.
Yes, those are all my unused voices just begging to be used.
Okay,
Sorry.
I think I'm down with the Justin one-man show.
You know
No,
what?
you're still voicing Zach.
Damn it. Okay, that's cool. I can do that.
You gotta do your Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Okay, but seriously, whoever wants to voice it.
I guess
Okay,
I could take
but-
Rebecca, unless Nick is in the mood for Rebecca.
Oh gosh, I can try.
Do you want to be Rebecca? I mean, if not, I could be Isabella, the fellow.
Which one is it, Rebecca again? Yes, yes, I can do it.
Yeah, I'm right
The
now.
I-
But
the
Ashton's also
Irish
there
one.
too.
Right. Okay.
I mean, well, let's see how this goes out. But
Okay, next line. It's all gone crazy when these intruders come into my home. I'm no stranger to a cop playing dirty. The smart ones knew that neither life nor criminals are going to play fair. And if this Wog sort is in on this, I'm not surprised too. But Lily, the estate agent, she doesn't seem the sort. And Daisy too. What will Kylie think of a Miss Pink if the full tyke finds out about this? Actually, you know what? Why am I thinking of that? Fuck Kylie.
Oh yeah, Marianne's here.
Of course she is. Did you forget?
Yes.
I don't mind voicing Weirdy Ann.
Yeah. Not to mention Mint. Hanna trusted her. I trusted her to be a professional at the very least. For fuck's sakes! To top it all off, they all have the nerve to look surprised when I announce my presence. Well, what have we here? If I were any less sober, I'd say this is the beginning of a joke. Bloody trespassers. What is wrong with these people? Did they really think I'll be fine with them walking into my home like this? What are they even doing in here? If I didn't know any better, they might also be behind Hanna's disappearance. That's right,
That's right, my love.
They must have a motive. Make them pay. And it better be a good one. Or a bullet to the head is the least all of them will deserve. Let's see. A photographer, a high school teacher, a real estate agent, an interior designer walk into a mansion. Thunder crackles once again, cutting me off. Fuck you, Zeus!
Sorry, I was trying to make it sound pretty. Make it dramatic for you.
Zeus! I wish I had 2,500 feet right now, so I could put 500 of them in yours and everyone else's asses!
You know what? Fuck you. I was gonna give you a boon like in Hades. Bye.
Fuck your boons, okay? Your boons suck in that game!
Yeah, if you're a pansy.
If you get his call definitely sucks.
Okay. Oh, yeah, it does actually. Yeah.
So fun fact, in the UK, they don't have feet, they only have meters. Okay. No more.
You
no more
shut
UK
up
facts.
right now, audience member! This time, its sound hits close enough that nearly feels as if the windows of the ground itself are rumbling. All is deathly still for a moment. I don't let it stop me, however, as I slowly make my way towards them, taking one careful step at a time, relishing the expression of fear in their eyes. I suppose there's something ominous in the setting with the heavy rain outside and the lack of light there. I kinda like it, to be honest. Adds something to the atmosphere. I suppose I must look like the villain now. But short of me getting close to them, a noise to my left distracts me, briefly halting my movements while curiosity takes over every murmur's head. And it's a good thing perhaps I did, because as soon as I look up, I see him. Da 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 da.
Another great trespasser.
Great. Da 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 da. Just as about to jump down from furniture that somehow ended up out and blocking the door to the parlor. What happened there? And did he really think it's alright to do that in other people's houses? That asshole.
Teach him, my lord.
my love.
Teach him good. Teach him about what 2 + 2 means.
Teach him, my lord. Shut up,
Put
Bob!
him in his place.
Bob, seriously, stop smoking. But sir, it's really good. You gotta try this. Shut up!
But
My hand's already moving before any rational can stop me. Fingers firm on my gun when I finally release the safety from it, take aim, shoot Bob, and then point it to these assholes. Oh, that hurt, man. Not at him, but at his friends. And Bob, you're not Jamaican. They are his, aren't they? Why else would they be here together? This Scooby-Doo gang. Doesn't matter. He won't let the people he cares about to be harmed. I'm playing 4D chess here. My fingers on the trigger more than itching to shoot, but I hold back. Sure, I could have simply taken aim at him. But yeah, no. I'm a 4D chess master. I need to do this the smart way. But it's more than seeing him bleed. I want to see the expression on his face once he realizes everything he does is futile. He's trapped. Lies are in my hand. His life is in my hand. Oh, baby. Ooh. Had I known there would be a party in my own home tonight, I would have opened a bloody bottle or two. Just people these days. In my own home. Can you believe it? I feel so left out. I can tell the exact moment the realization dawned on him. It's when he started monologuing for 10 more minutes. A short second of his body freezing and blood draining his face, Although, to him, it was probably 10 minutes and a half.
He waits outside of the chairs for 10 minutes. I think he's thinking. I'll give him a moment. He
As
needs
soon
it.
as soon as his feet hit the floor and he looks up.
I imagine like he looks at Ash and he's like, follow monologuer, let's go.
My monologues are better than his. He's already a prey trapped by his own recklessness. At least I don't talk about redundant things. How pathetic! And really, Daisy, even you, what would Kylie say? I think that was Luke that said it. Funnier to imagine that Gollum said it.
Luke, this isn't what you're thinking. You have to listen to us. There's something going on here.
God, Daisy! Have you been smoking recently?
Just a little. I took some from Bob.
Oh God! What the fuck? Yeah, you weren't supposed to take lessons from Bob. Sorry, dude. I had this doobie that I just was begging to share, and she was available. Shut up, Bob.
Oh my
Well,
god.
obviously. Why else would people be trespassing in my home? What about little Lily over there, then? What's your excuse? Checking back your clients are doing okay? Is that it? Is that what this is? We're doing good, by the way.
Sir, please.
Please what?
Becca's right, sir. We need to get out of this place. You need to leave.
Tut tut. Not a good enough excuse, darling. You people are the ones who need to get out of my sight.
Do you mean as us plural, or just me in particular as of a Filipino woman?
Daisy, please slap your friend.
Sorry.
Don't worry, I might consider pressing lighter charges for the women.
I don't think that's equal, like, rights. And...
Line! Can't say the same for the rest of you. But really now, I swear, the people of this city need to be taught the meaning of privacy. This is how you want to start the week? Why don't we just go with a bloody massacre if we want to surprise people in their homes, huh? It's just a passing remark, of course. I'm not stupid enough to do something that brings negative attention to myself. Reputation and all that, I just can't risk it. The thought of having dead bodies here, ones I'm not even responsible for, they're the ones who trespass. It's already...
privacy, not privacy.
Shut up, Brandon! It's already quite too much. It'll literally be overkill, especially for someone like me. Do you think Luke Wright wants to be corrected at this moment? I have a gun in case you haven't noticed.
The safety is
Yep.
off, sir.
Yes, I know. Thank you. Nevertheless, joke or not, Feathers wastes no time drawing his own gun with a slight wave of my own. Even if he knows it's already too late. Still, he glares at me. Still, he fights back. Now, Feathers, manners. You're in no position to be pointing that gun at people. There's no desperation in him like I'm hoping. Just an annoyance flickering shortly before being hidden underneath a challenge. The likes of him are the kind of people I hate the most. Even with their failures already glaring down at them, mocking every worthless move they make, they have the impotence to stab people in the eye.
Listen, why don't you put yours down first, and then we'll talk about manners.
Oh, he talks back. The gall. You know, your kind pisses me off so much. Annoying most of the time, like a damn pest you can't be rid of. But to some degree, it is commendable. I'll give him that. After all, we're almost the same in that regard. Almost. I'm still the better person, of course. He tells me to put the gun down, but I see no reason why I should. I'm a homeowner in defiance of my own home. I have the right I like to think, questionable permit of firearms aside. It's not like I wanted this. But I'm already high-strung, and their presence does not help. I would rather have Ashton Kutcher invade my home and kick me in the balls than these folks right now. Bloody peasants. I can never seem to figure out how their minds fully work. And I should have also expected he wouldn't let this end this kind of standstill.
Sorry about this. I just really don't have time for you.
A short lapse, it's all it is. One moment of letting my guard down. Before I can react, he fires 2 shots in quick succession.
Oh shit!
Wait a minute!
we heard the when he died.
Wait a minute!
The other way.
Wait a second!
Oh.
Did we go with the Ashton dies route?
I think so. Oh, I think I know what happened. Because when I
then
when
he
you
gets
click
killed by the
on
goat.
okay, because like when we left off, we left off exactly when Ashton.
Oh
died.
no!
So what happened was
The
I
other
didn't
route.
load back. You know what? Since we made it this far, you guys just want to just accept it. Or-
Yeah, we can
we
keep
have
going.
to.
all right. Well,
Because we would have to like click through
Well, so much for
everything to
that.
get back to here.
Sure.
Yeah, well, you could fast forward through the dialogue.
Oh yeah, if you do the
But-
fast forward, it'll skip any
Alright.
dialogue that you've already
I mean,
seen.
for the record, like on our blind playthrough, we chose the option where he lives, so I feel like that's an accomplishment, if anything.
All
But
right. Let's do this a quick
yeah, if that's
experiment
possible to
here.
skip.
So
Yeah.
let's see. This
I'll-
is Luke Ashton. Here we go. This is the one where we made the decision here. So beg him to listen. We're gonna fast forward the shit out of this.
Yeah, let's fast forward it, because, yeah, that was
See
really
what's
funny,
different. All right.
okay, time to actually
This
get
is my
shot.
part sample.
Yeah.
Despite the pride brimming him, Harry matches my glare with one of his own. He simply lowers his pistol for a long second, not in surrender. And we're gonna ignore everything else that. Okay, that was an alternate universe. Or actually, that was all in my imagination. Actually, yeah. Let's go with that. The tense set in his shoulders tells me as much, but the closer he gets to lowering his own ego in favor of something I can't quite place. Oh, who cares? Interesting. Gotta admit, I'm almost disappointed. As you should be, my lord.
my lord.
I've expected him to hold until one of us shoots the other. Can't say it'll be more exciting that way. A bullet inside any part of my body isn't a bad day like today, or any day for that matter. But it'll surely be more predictable of him. And I like predictable. They're the kind of people who are the easiest to deal with, no matter the situation. With them, there's no second guessing what they'll do. He shoots, I shoot, one of us dies, the other walks away. Nothing complicated. Just like Red Dead Redemption. Nothing requiring much brain power, just muscle memory and who's the better shooter. End of story. Yet here he is, dragging a deep breath in and setting aside the only thing protecting. I can easily shoot him this way, be done with this whole farce of a conversation. Instead, I find myself listening. I'm interested in what this asshole has to say. A concession for a person who, in another life, would have also become the person I am today had his circumstance allowed it. Damn shame. We might have gotten along.
Listen, right, I need you to...
But alas, you broke into my house and somehow you expect me to listen like a good little boy. Are you a bit touching the head feathers? I'm not the one breaking laws here.
Look here, fucker. If I wanted you dead, I could have done so many times already. We're talking about supernatural laws. Here. In fact, I could easily shoot you down right here, right now.
Getting a little cocky.
And you won't be able to do a damn thing, even with that gun.
meeting of two prideful blokes will never go well, whichever lifetime it is. I can only laugh at his audacity, his lack of shame, and fear even facing the business end of my pistol. You know what I'm thinking right now? In another lifetime, we probably would have gone along well. Too bad!
Another route.
The best truth I can offer him. Not many people, those outside me in particular, live this long to see it. And he should be grateful. You're already gracious enough allowing him... And he should be grateful. You're already gracious enough allowing him to stand in your presence like this. Yes, especially when he has a lot to answer. Preferably right now, because as terms I have been so far, my patience has... My amusement can only last for so long. In 2 steps, I'm standing in front of him, grabbing him by the collar and resting the code muscle of the eagle against his temple.
Ashton, no, my husbando.
Ashton!
Luke, no.
Hey, now you two. I'm sure we could talk about this. I'm still alive. This is fucking amazing.
What do you think this is, an American horror? He'll end up a pretty smear on the walls this close.
Or is it one of those movies where everybody dies at the end?
Ed, you're kind of breaking up.
Oh, sorry. Can you hear me now?
He's
yes.
a lesson. What is it that you people really want with me? This is the 2nd time this week, and I'm getting really well little game. Did the NCA send you to apprehend me, or someone paid you off to kill me? Which one is it, Feathers? Mind you, my arm's getting tired. Better answer quick if you don't want to meet the business end of his gun. And he knows it. Of course he does. Hitman or not, he has been trained, judging purely from his stance. But not many bother to be as cautious as him. One glimpse of my handgun safety earlier. See, I mean business. Similar. Too similar. With 2 alike in so many little ways, it's funny. Down to the fact that he doesn't even flinch, no matter how heavy the threat in my way. Even knowing how one flick of my finger on the trigger will enough sorry life, he should have caved in by now, start begging like so many others before him. But you know, yeah, instead he throws more vitriol, adds more kindling to a fire already burning.
I'm not with the NCA. Listen, I'm just here to help. There's something else in this house and we're all in danger. You have to believe me, right? You need to let us go. You need to get out of here before it's too late. If you want to keep your sorry ass alive, you'll listen to the people with more brain cells than you.
Inciting it further that I can't help but return to him with equal fervor. We don't need him, my love.
Yeah, we don't need him.
Whew. Why, you insolent! We both decided to move in that moment, minds tensing, each of us racing to get ahead of the other. However, before I can even get a head start, a voice unexpectedly rings about to ensure. Luke, help me, please.
Got this bitch by the throat, yeah.
I've always been cautious and careful, cutting off trouble's head before things can escalate if I'm able. That's why I deal with the likes of Harvey, Wale, and Johannes. For all who we are, for all the enemies the likes of us can... Such a thing has never happened before, because I do everything to make sure it doesn't happen. So to see Hanna in danger... I don't quite know how to feel, what to do. Of all the times for there to be a hostage situation, if there's even one, why now? Good fucking god, what is going on here? Help me, please. Make it stop. Please. I think death would be preferable if my sense of self-preservation was shot to high hell. If it would deprive me of choice and responsibility in the matter. I don't want to think about how fast my heart beats, so that I hardly hear anything other than my own heartbeat and her pleading. Ugh. Please, burn my head. Screaming. It hurts so much. What do I do? What can one do against someone holding your life in their hand? With a woman that looks more monster than man. When expression turns into one of amusement, a horrific laughter, I'm torn apart. Whew. This is my fault, isn't it? Hanna's a danger because of me. Everybody I love always ends up hurt or worse. Even when I chose to let her go, she is no exception. Hanna's unbroken begging makes it all the much more painful, because I still love Hanna. I really do. But will I really endanger myself for a woman who might not love me back anymore? Still, something inside me dies a little when that woman laughs. It's all some sick joke. Her smile taunts me, filling my head with laughter and rage until I can barely think over the cacophony in my head. And the way the woman looks at me, it's as she's watching, waiting for my next move. Please, someone, anyone, help me! Hanna, why do you sound like a bad Miss Piggy? Luke, is this really a time to say that right now? Oh, no. This is crazy. And I don't know what I should do. I know a fact that one shouldn't aggravate a hostage taker. There's no winning an argument with someone who holds a life easily taken. But I need to do something, right? But what? My decision is taken from me, however. Mint is all impetus and no thought, no holding back, as she steps up, her eyes blaze of fire in anger and defiance. Her jaw and her stance is set, fist curled at her sides, as she can just sock the width in the face and have it bear no consequence. She looks like a warrior saint, and I name one of them if I know of any. She thankfully does not rush headlong like an idiot, but she falters, the fire in her eyes, down to nothing but a small spark when the woman laughs in her face. There's fear on her face, and that is nothing to settle my worries. And she has the gall to turn her eyes instead.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do this. What are you doing just standing there? What? Okay, I need to get the voice right.
Isn't she Irish?
I mean, like, what are you doing just standing there? This Jesus has Hanna?
Yeah.
Something like that, you know?
What are you doing? Just stop. Okay, I can't do Irish.
It's a top of the morning.
Top of the morning, laddie.
Top of the morning.
I can't.
Top of the morning, guys.
I can't do Jacksepticeye.
You know what? Because you can't do that, I will do it to myself. What are you doing just standing there when she has Hanna, you dumb poor shite of a piece of shit?
Yeah, I can't do Jacksepticeye's voice. What the bloody hell do you expect me to do?
Save your woman! Cause she's my fucking woman! But get your fucking ass in gear and do anything!
Yes, that's very helpful, Macaulay. Telling me to get my ass in gear isn't going to solve shite! Ugh. This isn't some bloody action film with me charging in is just going to save anyone.
It fucking worked for Bruce Willis! Why can't you do it, Luke?
One stupid move from any of us and Hanna might be dead because of it.
I know she looks like a scary fucker and all, but she's your wife, you gobshite! There must be something.
This woman, the woman doesn't look armed, but that does not mean she's not dangerous. If anything, the fact that she's this confident, this unperturbed while being barehanded is testament to itself. Either she's well prepared or she's just crazy. And it's one thing to work with hostage takers, and another thing entirely to work with the criminally insane. Whew, what to do? A hush settles over the room as he speaks up. She speaks up. Her voice is but a whisper and deathly slow, and I'm hard-pressed to hear her with a pounding in my heart in her ears. She speaks, the woman from the gardens, and the servant girl from the ballroom, from the hallucination, vision, memories, whatever they are.
Will you not speak for her? Will you not try to save your beloved wife?
Brandon, I'm proud of you, my boy.
Oh, I cannot stop the heat from flooding my cheeks, shame turning me red, and making me grit my teeth in anger. Why my accent just change? Sorry. Another same anger sets a fire in me, burns through the fear. It spurs on me on to call her out because of pride. Why? Will my words hold any sway? Who's to say you won't snap a neck the moment I take one step? Do you take me for an idiot? Line, Brandon?
Oh,
Brandon.
my bad. I take you for a coward.
Did your voice just get less scary all of a sudden?
A little.
Just
Nothing
sound like
but
you're
a
gonna
spineless
scare me, bro.
coward.
Scare me like you scare me at work.
Nothing but a spineless coward.
Okay.
It seems she's found what she's looking for, and that she has no further use for Hanna. A hand on Hanna's back sends her falling down the stairs. She's nothing but a rag doll, thrown away because she's like a child with a toy. And frozen in place, but mint. She catches her, and that sends the two of them sprawling at the foot of the stairs. Clearly, it was a painful landing. For the aggro effect, the Irish woman still seems weak. Yet, as much as she puts Hanna's well-being first, she pulls the both of them up to their feet and does their clothes off. A small, strange smile on her face and a tinge of red, one that can't entirely attribute to adrenaline, on her face all the while. Oh my god! No!
You're right, Hanna. My lovable, soon-to-be beloved. Where are you hurt?
When did this happen? When? The shine in her eyes almost makes me feel jealous. I don't know who wouldn't be. Mint is a handsome lady.
Apparently, he missed the NTR episode.
Handsome lady.
Yeah.
It's a term, okay? You can call women handsome.
It's a British thing.
Like Braden.
Hey, do you call those women who dress as girls do you call those girls who dress as boys in anime, aka be found in, handsome? Yes, you do.
I mean, look at me. I practically have a big belt. I have a nice little kind of a cloak, you know? But anyways, continue the line, narrator.
And with the way she looks at Hanna, well, anyone would be lucky if Hanna ever so much looks that way. Oh, no, I'm fine, Marianne. Was you alright? I wasn't too heavy, was I? If Hanna doesn't wish to be with me anymore, perhaps she'll easily find happiness with another. And McCullough seems like she has stuff to make her a good significant other. Typo there.
Sorry.
Hello, Alice.
Well, a little bit, but I'm not saying you're fat or anything. Why am I flirting with you right now? We have a ghost.
It's the power of anime, Mint, okay? Ghosts are not allowed to disturb you while we're having an
Oh, like Sailor
Even
Moon.
Yakuza has this. Seriously, in Yakuza, the friends just talk to each other for 10 minutes while the bad guy just watches. And then it's acknowledging their friendship. And then when they do, the bad guy just goes, okay, now I'm going to kick your ass.
I'm gonna kick your ass.
Hanna laughs out of breath and she smiles at me, but that disappears as quick as it appeared. We aren't quite out of the woods yet, and she hasn't forgotten what I did, or rather, what I failed to do. It's only fair, I suppose. I'm nothing but a coward in her eyes. To protect her.
Did you read the next line after?
Yes.
Okay.
Did I get cut?
Kind of, yeah.
And we nearly forget for a moment.
You
Brandon.
do not deserve what you have.
Just hearing her voice triggers something in Hanna. She starts to tear up. Her face contorts into one of pain and fear. Mint is quick to place her hand on Hanna's face so that she looks at her and... You know, I can actually roll with this. This is actually nice. Hmm?
Miss Right,
Miss-
look
Mrs.
at
Right,
me and then...
look at me.
Yeah,
and
look at
deep
me.
breath.
I'm
Okay,
your
That's-
lover
that's
now.
right,
Okay.
sorry.
Anyways, Miss Right, look at me and take deep breaths. He doesn't have you anymore, alright?
I don't know exactly what in bloody hell is going on, yet I can't find whatever these people are and whatever they're here for. I don't... This is not acceptable. Oh, I know, this is some dumb charade to get to me. All the times I have seen the woman before, it could have all been an act to get to me, to get under my skin. And to think, they dare hurt Hanna? For all the fear that I felt, seeing her touch Hanna, I can only think of her as an act of grotesque makeup. My hand still shakes, the fear not having quite gone, but anger fills me as I look at the woman, a sneer on my face. How dare you! I don't care who you are! How dare you touch Hanna! I want you out of my house! Out before I call the police and have you put away for the rest of your miserable life!
Like, bruh, I am the police, but okay.
And that goes for all of you! I hold my ground, firm and strong with my declaration. But the nerve of her, she just laughs in my face! A terrible, dreadful laugh that makes me feel as though there are ants crawling on my skin and maggots squirming into my eyes. Jesus, I had no idea a woman can sound that terrible!
You are telling me to go out of your house? You threatened to lock me up?
She laughs, and she laughs like I said something funny. I failed to see the humor, personally. What's so funny? What are you laughing at? None of this is funny! But she persists. I almost feel like her voice is in my head.
No different, no different. You're all the same. You can all suffer together.
And this is when everything turns to complete and utter shite. It is a slow thing, a whisper more than a bang, as the darkness creeps into every corner of the room.
I'm sorry, just looking at Zach's the character Zach is like
Yes, fighting
he's
Zach.
just he's like it looks like he's an incompetent like smash
Prepare him
fighter.
up.
He's like half ready to fight. He's
Yeah.
like, oh, I guess I'll fight. I guess if I have to. I mean, I don't really got any choice, but I don't want to.
Yeah.
Like, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna lose, but
God, why is everyone so incompetent around here?
Cause
hey, man, I'm trying at you. Why you gotta be like that?
Why is Ashton the only one? Actually, no, Ashton does not have a brave face either.
Does he have like a rock in his hand? Or is that the gun? I can't
Yeah.
tell.
No,
I'm trying to zoom
no,
in.
no,
Okay.
that's Isabella's leg, you moron. Oish.
No.
I was just waiting for the time
Ashton's
for
hand.
Ashton and Luke to pull their guns out and just like gun down the ghost and end all of this.
Yeah, maybe
That'd
that's
be
how it
great.
ends. I don't
They
know.
settle their
I'm
differences.
sorry.
and We end up with a
I'm
happy
sorry.
ending.
I'm not exactly an expert on Resident Evil games. Thank you very much.
And then like Ashton reveals that he's a ghost hunter the entire time.
Stuff a railgun down her mouth.
I know, right? Like in Resident Evil 3.
Oh, 3. Oh, yeah, I remember
Yeah.
that in Resident Evil 3 remake.
It was unnecessary overkill.
No, it was
No,
necessary.
it was necessary. The guy kept reviving.
Well, I guess that's true,
Do
but like
whatever you do.
it
Whatever
felt
it takes.
unnecessary. Like, you know what? We'll talk about this afterwards. Let's continue.
Oh god, yeah. And the goal they had to be final they had to make another battle after that with that asshole cop. It's like, look, it's like, really? But anyway, back to the game.
I put in the next line for you. I'm not sure if you read it already.
The walls shudder and groan, blood runs to the ceiling, crawls down the walls and stains the floor. It feels as if life itself is being sucked away from the house slowly but surely. The beauty of the place is gone. It's all gone! No! With only the dead and the decaying remains. I don't have to wonder if it's just the foyer that's become this nightmarish place. I can already hear it. Gone are the growling of thunder and the lashings of rain and wind against the foyer's high windows. All of it's been replaced by a more grating sound. Gollum's voice in HD! I don't know how that's possible, considering HD is supposed to emphasize sight rather than sound, but it's true. So somehow the HD made his voice even more annoying. A cacophony of voices from nowhere, and everywhere were echoing throughout the now horrid walls. Voice that neither belongs to us nor the people who live here.
What's going on?
What's going on? Please.
Oh, help me.
All throughout the house, shouts of alarm and surprise ring out, a mirror to the horror creeping up on each of us. Who wouldn't be shocked? This is insane! Even Daisy, feisty woman that she is, trembles at the sight of it, clinging desperately to Lily while Steel and Feather stand protectively in front of you two. Brave of them, I have to admit, to put themselves in the front line like that. Well, see you! And then Luke just runs away, and then it's like, really, Luke? That doesn't necessarily mean they don't feel the same fear as the rest of us. Something I don't blame them for. There seems to be no end in sight to this insanity. If anything, this only feels like this is the beginning of the end. Help me! Oh my god! Please, somebody, anybody!
Who are you?
Who are you?
Oh God.
I'm confused.
Stay
away!
away, baby.
No, you.
No,
stay away!
no,
away!
Stay
no,
away.
no. Stay
Away. Stay away.
stay away from the shitty place.
Their screams fill the mansion. She laughs all the while, a harsh, agonizing sound that goes on for what feels ever. Until there's nothing but silence, a horrid smile and a pale hands reaching out to me. Calling. beckoning, pleading. I'm terrified that I'm turning into ash in a very moment. I really am, like I should be. Who wants to suffer a fate like that? But I've never been one to truly stay afraid. I've long known that fear will not get to me anywhere. No matter how scary those monologues were, cowering in a corner doesn't keep me safe. And it will not keep me alive, not like a rage does. Oh, beautiful, beautiful rage, yes. I've learned to use this burning hate inside of me to survive. There's no difference now. Stay away from me!
Why?
Why
Why
do you wish to leave? This is where you belong, my lord.
My lord, stay here.
Remember the blood we share?
Yeah, we mix it to make a margarita.
Nani?
This is your home.
He.
Don't you remember? You promised to return, to stay.
Did you confuse me with my
me.
ancestor, you
With
asshole?
us. With people no different from you.
What is she talking about, Luke? What did she mean? Don't listen to her! She lies! I promise no such thing to anyone. Hanna, you're the one who bought this house. How should I know what she's babbling about? I never even wanted to be here in the first place! A terrible case of mistaken identity. That must be it. I'm quite sure of it. I don't know this woman, this monster. Why would I say something like that to her? In my entire lifetime, I've only made and kept sincere promises to a mere two people, Hanna Evans and Eleanor Chandler. No one else. The rest of those who claim I promised anything to them could go fuck themselves. Bloody hell, I might enjoy the company of women, but I'm not an idiot to start plotting such nonsense to anyone. A fine line must be drawn, especially if I'm to keep myself alive. Yet she still goes on, insists, making me appear a liar in front of these people.
Of course, you still deny it. Have you truly forgotten? You haven't changed, I see. Still a deceiver.
She's lying! Oh,
You
sorry.
see, my love, nothing has changed. Still no difference, you and I. Just like the rest of us. Just like every single soul in this putrid wreck. We've waited for so long. You can hear them, yes? Their pleas, their calls, their invitations. Come, my lord, the house seeks its master.
She, the monster, reaches out again, her hands, a gory, horrid sight, along with that smile spread across her face. My body's already moving on instinct, stumbling back, one step at a time in a desperate bid to be away from her. Anything to put distance between me and this vile creature. No matter what she says, I'm nothing like her. I need to get out of this house. Out of this country, preferably. There's nothing for me here. Not anymore. Nothing to keep tied to this place. With Hanna pleading me to leave, Shrokin's likely taken by this woman. Nothing's left to bind me to this wretched city.
Shit on mouth.
I can leave. I can... Careful, Luke! My foot steps on something, sending me sliding on my back and flat on the floor. Beside me, a paper, a familiar one, splutters down.
Oh my god.
It's this thing, again, from the open house, though it feels like a gimp, less like a gimp, more like a thread, what with recent events. They must have fallen from one of these peasants, the commotion earlier. For a moment, they appear conflicted to see it in my hands, otherwise they keep their opinions to themselves. Leaving the damn thing to simply bear its grisly message for everyone in the room to see. Help me. Help me. Help me. Is this it? What they've been telling us? Why everything in my life has gone to shite? Because of some stupid old letter. The invitation, indeed. One I'm not willing to accept. Not at any time. From the top of the stairs, the creature moves again, drawing my attention. Her gait remains slow and awkward as she walks forward, that smile never leaves. But I don't. I won't give her the chance. I am not dying here. I said not giving. Adrenaline kicks in, and despite panic gasps and worried glances from Daisy's friends, I pay them no mind as I reach for the main door, and without warning, it slams open, revealing not the mansion grounds like I'm expecting. Before my mind can even comprehend what's happening, black tendrils have already coiled tightly around my limbs, dragging every person in the foyer into the room. Now doesn't even get to scream when darkness completely envelops us upon the...
Understand where your place is now, my love.
Get the neurotoxin ready.
Hell
I guess we lost.
You belong here. Is it so different to grasp? We've been waiting.
There's a moment of panic when the feeling of the tendrils around my limbs finally disappears.
Fun question. It's 8:30. Do you want to call of duty one more on the scene, or?
I think we're nearing the end, honestly.
Oh,
so
really?
if we do another session, it's going to be really short.
Okay, well, if you know we're this close, let's do it.
Okay, I guess we can power through it.
Yeah, let's try to power through this. Okay. I see when my eyes adjust to the darkness of the room and I'm on my feet. I'm reaching as for my knife and holding it out, waiting for every movement. I'm going to speedrun this now, using it as a way to put distance between me and these peasants. Who knows what they'll do now? We're all desperate to get out of this house. There's at least 7 of us in this room, 4 of them, friends at that. I cannot trust these people not to turn on me. Bloody hell, even Hanna's giving me the same looks as them now. Though Mint has already gone loon, crouching in a corner and murdering herself, you really can't say anything safe from her. If anything, she's the one I should watch out for. I cannot trust anyone. Not anymore. Not after this. Despite the pleading looks, Lily shoots my way while they all huddle the corner behind, steel and feathers. But I have to remind myself that even people like her are capable of doing the unpleasant. She's only human after all, it's never an excuse. Why? Even Hanna has a cunning, manipulative, much subtler than I. Why else would Lily show the letter to us that day if not to save herself? I guess that backfired on her now that she and her own friends are also stuck here. Still, I have every right to be livid. Everything that I built has fallen apart. All because these people came into our lives. You, all of you. This is all your fault. If I'm dying to this blade cuss, I'm taking you all down with me. Luke, please put that knife away. This isn't going to solve anything.
Hey now, Mr. Wright. I know the situation ain't good, but we have to calm down.
Talk faster, Steel.
No, what about?
You shut your mouth. If it weren't for you, for this letter, for all of you, none of this would have happened. Is your life all that matters to you? What about these people here? Don't they have the same problem? What about me, Luke? Do you even care? Are you taking their side? You're also stuck in this nightmare, Hanna. That creature's out to get us, and you're still defending these people? I'm not defending anyone, Luke. I'm just trying to be reasonable, and you're clearly not. Oh, of course you're not. You're just the one who brought this bloody mansion to begin with. If I didn't know any better, you did this on purpose. Well, why? Why? No, why would I ever do that? That was only meant to be an anniversary gift. For you, for us, for the family we're gonna have. Right, anniversary gift. Oh, here's your gift, darling. By the way, there's a curse included in that package. I hope that's all right. Are you really that eager to get rid of me, Hanna? Because if that's what you've been meaning to do all this time, you might as well have just put a knife to my back one. Suddenly, Mint steps up and slaps the knife away from my hand. Said knife slides uselessly on the table out of my reach. Before my mind registers the timing, a sharp blow echoes inside my head, sending me reeling backward.
Oh, goddamn!
She merely stands with
Oh, hell yeah!
I'm just batting an eye.
I like how
Am
I
I
got
really gonna monologue about getting beat up? No.
Hell yeah, man.
No!
He's becoming Ashton.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, this is like worse.
Larry means he might just rip my head off in this instant. I've almost forgotten she's here. I remember they faded away in the shouting. And did you forget whose house she's standing in right now, punching me like that? The nerve of her. And Hanna just stands there. Unless I check she's still married to me.
That's not the proper way to talk to your wife, Mr. Wright.
Marianne, you didn't have to. Please, I'll talk to my husband. Why don't you just let her say what she wants? Go on! Since that's what all these peasants seem to do these days, running your home, barging on other people's business. There's no sense of decorum at all. Okay.
I think Daisy's Rebecca, right?
Yeah, that's Rebecca.
Yeah. Rebecca!
Oh, I'm so confused. Keep talking about us like that and see if any of us here will help you out of this place.
Rebecca, stop! Oh, you stopped this! Oh my god, I'm so high pitched.
Oh, or if that's Alice.
Hear Lily speak
still
out
here.
loud. I can't say I'm not surprised.
Oh, Alice here? Hold on.
Yeah, I already said this line.
Yeah, sorry.
She has always given me the impression of someone so meek from the moment I met her, either from experience or her station in life. She has never struck me as someone fitting to be a real estate agent.
Gee.
If anything, that meltdown she had during the open house had only been an assumption. Until now. Quietly, she puts herself between me and Daisy, cutting whatever escape words we. Where she glared at me reminds me a little of the way my own mum would look at me. Particularly when I've done something wrong, and it's not a stare she's unused to showing.
If you want, I could you can tap out for narration. I can take over.
No, it's not that. It's just that I had to. Friend.
Okay.
Sorry.
You're good.
She's done this before, probably to a younger sibling. Huh? If she only sees us now as a pair of squabbling kids, not too mature adults, well, that's to be expected. No doubt that's how she sees us. For a long moment, there's only silence in the room. Still, the big oaf doesn't even dare break it. Feathers. They're both merely watching us, bunch of wimps, these men. Nothing matters when Lily starts speaking again after some of the anger and tension is lifted from the room.
Stop this, please. With or without that damned piece of paper, we...
A deep breath. An exhale. And then she closes her eyes, a crease forming between her eyebrows where she grips her hand tight in front of her chest.
we would have still ended up in this mess.
The atmosphere that descends into this room right after that, it makes it anything but pleasant. Can I call it that? A mission? It seems like it from the way her eyes never see flick between her friends and I. She appears to know more than she lets on, and she makes herself appear small after dropping that bomb on us. Doesn't quite sit well with me. And patience is something I don't have the luxury of having right now. I'm bestowing upon. What else does this girl know? What else is she not telling us? Because of the looks of this, even her friend has no idea what she's talking about. Unwilling to wait, I grab her arm before she treats our explanation, waving the letter still in my hand in front of her.
Ow, sir, you're hurting me.
Hey, hands off her, right?
Fuck off, Feathers. I have questions for your friend. You better have the answers.
Luke, will you stop taking it out on every single person?
Your friend is hiding something, Daisy. She struggles for a moment, but my hood eventually forces her to look up at me. Fear and uncertainty spreads across her features, especially when her eyes are on the down paper. As much as I want to be considered right now, I want answers, and also a water bottle. What do you mean, Lily?
I'm not sure about it.
Don't give me that. You know something.
Ow, please, sir. I know the paper's useless, okay?
To mention the letter without wanting Mint snatches the paper out of my hand. It's a miracle it didn't rip right then and there. But the way she glanced at it, I think you may want to do that.
You should have gotten rid of this thing. You should have burned it at the first opportunity we got.
Mint, you're cutting out there.
Oh,
Oh yeah, we can't really hear you.
sorry.
No! Sorry. No, even if we rip it to shreds, it won't do anything. I think.
Hold on, I think I know what the problem is. I might be crisp. Well, let me fix that. Hello, can you hear me again?
Yes.
Alright. You don't know what I've seen, Santos. We are children, victims all because we have no idea what this thing do to them. Oh God, those poor souls. We'd be screaming and begging before she...
Then what about those people they mentioned in the news lately? All those who died? My coworkers? The open house clients? None of them had seen it, even Rose. And yet they're all dead. I should know. The letter has been with me since I picked it up. And I swear I didn't make copies of this thing. Even if I wanted to save myself, I wouldn't do that to my friends or anyone.
Is that what the trip to the PRC was for?
Yes. I'm sorry. I couldn't tell you guys until I was certain. None of you believed me the first time. I had to find proof.
And yet, we're all here. I took me for a fool, Lily.
I have to go with whiskey on this. Who knows how many have already seen this before you found it, you dumb shite. This thing has to go.
We would have ended up here either way. Maybe? I mean, I really don't know. Sir, please. All I know is that paper isn't the reason why all of this is happening. There's something else that...
Still.
This place.
that was the most unemotional this place I've ever heard, Steel.
This place in this game needs to end.
Steel has been quiet this entire time, and I'm trying. That the sound of him talking, how whispered it is, still meant to caught us all off guard. We all paused, turning to him with likely the same question in our eyes. Yes, the final decision's approaching. What?
I mean, I just remembered something a friend told me. You know, stuff about ghost curses, you probably don't want to hear it.
No, it might be something. Tell us. What about this place, Zach?
Well, you know, if you're gonna twist my arm.
There's still a moment where he hesitates, but at least urging eventually spurs him to speaking.
Remember what I told you the last time you and Ash visited a few days ago?
But you mean what Andrew told you? But those are just stories, Zach. It might not even help.
Regardless, still pause where it allows Lily to remember.
I'll tell you as soon as this line reminds me of what I'm thinking.
Soon enough, however, it dawns on her and her face lights up like, hope? Hope? Of all things in this nightmare, hope, not despair! Her head snaps up and she reaches Steel's arm to give it a squeeze. A reassurance or confirmation? The meaning is lost even Daisy glances at them baffled.
Belle, what are you...
Becca, it's this place.
What? You mean like... burn this place down?
I think we should get rid of this leather before we start thinking of destroying a place with some historical value. Still, fuck this place.
What? No! We are not burning a multi-million-pound mansion, you peasants! I just spent a fortune on this! Seriously, Luke? Are you really more worried about that? Buttercup, mansion, millions! It's gonna take years getting all that money back! Wait, you suddenly won't be getting any of that money if you're dead? Really, Luke? Is that more important than your life? Holy fucking hell, not only do I have trespassers on my property, they're all awesomeness! It's not...
It's not only that. Think about it.
Then they proceed to tell some ridiculous narrative about the supernatural that I am skipping. Stories about ghosts, legends, curse, born out, great anger and pain, and whatever else, blah 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 blah.
In layman terms, if you play Phasmophobia, you played this game.
Not that I believe any of it, as if knowing will help. Bunch of loons, those people officially off their rock. Phasmophobia? Is that the game where ghost hunters risk their lives for $5?
Hell yeah.
More like $45.
Dude, you could buy like a cheap Steam game with that. Even
There aren't even any zeros in those numbers.
You can get like 10 bags of flaming hot Cheetos with that.
Hell yeah, man. You'd be like the biggest college kid on the block.
Oh no!
Alright, let's continue.
Yeah. I think I'll be stuck in this nightmare with people like them. What did I ever do to the world? Of course, it's all absurd until...
I like how during this whole dialogue, Zach has just been holding his chin, just like waiting. Anyway, I think it's just like the professor guy said, just like that old story. This mansion and some other things might be keeping her here. You know, something it wanted in life but never got to have, something like that.
Or maybe it's not something, Zachary.
Someone. The who doesn't have to be uttered out loud. There's only one person who calls after. Every single one of them has heard it. Bloody hell, it's in the reluctant shit in Daisy's eye when they flicker over to me. She's also holding information on her own, or perhaps a relation she just had. Doesn't matter. I know when people slowly start to turn on me, how they think I last in this cutthroat road. Betray them before they do the same thing to you. Did I say word? I mean world. Put a knife in their back before they can act. Kill or be killed. Survival in a nutshell. What now? Are they going to throw me at that creature, see what happens to save themselves? I am no fool. No. You're all in on this, aren't you? Are you people implying to my husband that we should just... Of course. Of fucking course.
Wait, Luke, that isn't what I... Are you all going to stoop that low?
It's nothing like that, Ash. All we're saying is that maybe he might be able to do something about this.
Drop it, you guys. We're not leaving anyone here, even that.
Just like that, the bickering begins anew. Can we just get to the final decision already? Bloody peasants! My head's already aching just listening. I think this is all the solution they can come up with. I should have just stabbed all of them, made a run for it. I don't know how many seconds we spent talking here, the crazier this whole place gets. And the longer this game goes on. The voices have become louder and somehow sounding more vicious. The things in the roof start floating among my words, I'll fucking flip out! And they may not be thinking of it right now, but eventually, they'll turn on me! Such is the nature of humans! Better find a way out of this place as soon as possible. I want to stay alive. Fuck, I still have so much to do! My choice would seem sound, but who knows? We don't want to send a shite about this place. Might as well try everything, yeah? Whatever works. It also has to be the one who makes this bloody decision, so be it. Less room for errors, it's the only sane one doing the thinking. On the off chance I'm wrong, well, they suggested it. I decide to. Alright.
Alrighty. Final big.
Burn the place down.
Burn which? There's two places.
Oh.
Burn the letter.
I mean, it's true that it does take us, like, as the group, like, forever to make decisions on these things, but...
Yeah.
Which should
I mean,
be...
burn the letter sounds easier because if you just burn the letter and go like, okay, that didn't work.
Yeah, it's just
pretty
one piece of
much.
paper.
What if the letter's the only reason that you haven't died up to this point?
Because, like, this is the original letter, I guess, but I don't think destroying it, like, does anything, but... You know how do we burn the whole mansion? Like,
I
that
definitely
seems-
know we got one for each. One for letter and one for mansion. So who else wants to add their votes in?
I'll go in for mansion. I feel like it's... Luke doesn't want to burn the mansion because he bought it or whatever, but, like, it seems to be pointing towards...
I mean,
The mansion
we
has
can
to
burn
go.
The mansion just in spite of Luke, so.
Okay.
God, why didn't I buy health insurance? I mean, mansion insurance.
Alright, so that's one
I
for
mean,
Yeah.
any
mansion.
insurance.
I mean,
Okay.
Property-
wouldn't there just be homeowners insurance?
Yeah.
Life insurance.
God.
I don't know if it covers
Oh, man.
supernatural hunting, so though, I don't know.
It covers fires.
Yeah, electrical
Okay,
fires,
okay.
Make it
maybe.
look like
But
an accident.
fires
Let's
that-
call it
how do you
so.
gonna explain like a ghost that covers the whole mansion with blood? But other than that, so we got 1 against 2. So I know Alex voted for
I
the
didn't
letter.
want it. Well, mansion it is then.
Let's see. Brandon,
And
Nick,
Luke makes the
and
final vote.
Zach, what did you vote for?
I went with
Oh,
mansion.
mansion.
Oh, okay, never mind. We're in majority vote here.
Yeah, let's get this over with. I just want to burn this. I just want to burn this mansion to the ground already.
Let's burn this shit.
I don't know how they're gonna burn it, but
I'm going to regret this. I will.
Apparently torches.
But with these cries growing loud, it's become the easiest decision I've ever made. I'm getting tired of hearing her sobbing, really. It's just irritating. Isn't she getting tired of it? Let's light this motherfucker up! Besides, someone has to act fast, think fast. And what else is the root cause of our problems with this place where this letter was found? We need to make things more complicated. It's out here. Why won't it end here? If what Lily has said is true, then there's all the more reason to destroy it. Put an end to this madness when someone thinks of putting this blasted place up in the market. If Johannes burns alive, then so be it. When I get out of this place, I swear I'm suing a bunch of people. Run that estate company to the ground if need be. We spent millions, damn it! Millions! With a sigh, and with a heavy heart, I opened one of the drawers on my study table, taking a bottle of liquor out for myself and passing it on to every occupant in the room. They accepted, but not without a look of protest, a confused glance my way. It does shut them all up, so maybe I've done something good. Luke, this isn't the time. Even more when I pop the cork off the bottle and pour its contents on the floor. Well, what are you civilians waiting for? We waste no time dousing the whole room. The smell of alcohol filled the air. If I didn't know any better, I'd say they're more than eager to set this whole place on fire. And the blaze catches easily in this room when I set it alight using the blasted paper as kindling. But the whole place drenched with wine and all manner of things alcohol. Small fire soon turns into an inferno. In a matter of seconds, we're out of the door. It doesn't exactly lead where I'm hoping it will. Although ending up in the kitchen does give us more reason to play like a bunch of pyromaniacs. Fishing the liquor stores from the stocks from the cupboard, we also do the same thing with study. Door after door in every room we pass. Pouring bottle after bottle, expensive aged liquor and setting everything on fire, only leaving once the blaze has started in earnest. When we run out of liquor, we simply drop the bottle and take one of many nooks I stashed one. Seriously, I have alcohol everywhere. And there's no lack of it in here. The hard stuff, the shorts, the watered down kind. Give some distant relative friends, so-called friends, you name it. I make sure there's always one within reach.
Yeah, there's.
Ashton?
That's. How many of these things do you keep in this house?
I always have a few bottles in the bedroom, you know, the parlor and the dining room. I have a drinking problem.
You have lots of problems, man.
Well, shut up, you do too! This isn't the time to discuss them!
Don't bring Ophelia into this.
Turns out it'll be useful now.
I thought it was the devil eggs was the problem.
Let me
Or
drown
how
my
different
sorrows
is-
for this, but for this wonder of wonders, I suppose I can now say it in my life. But there's no time for some introspection now, because with each room we pass and burn, the place always becomes easier to navigate. As if it's slowly righting itself. Return to what it's supposed to be. Soon we finally find ourselves standing before the main door. The strong odor of burning wood, cloth, and varnish alike wafts from under the doors, all the rooms we previously torched, slowly filling the hall with a thick black smoke. The blaze also started in earnest in every part of the house, and I can feel the heat seeming to set aflame. In a matter of minutes, flame would engulf the whole house. Fittingly, that's when she appears again right before us, routing us from the top of the stairs while wood goes and flames around her. What kind of my eyes that expression on her face? Not the vile smile I've already gotten accustomed to, or the one where her eyes gleam with complete hatred. This one? Forlorn is the only word I can think of to describe it.
No, please, help me. Help me, please.
Can the dead still feel? Can she hear us? Is that merely another one of... Well, like this, however, she seems almost like the woman she used to be. And I don't waste any time pondering over it. Not with the exit just a few steps away. The door's finally open and through it I can glimpse the world outside. Safety. However, I do turn if only to see the last of her. A farewell more than anything. For all attempts to lure me, draw me in, her wish to be with me, she does not stop me. I only run from this horrid place. Sorry, but to save her, we actually have to have people die. So, this route we left everyone alive, so fuck that. Quietly she disappears. Watching a multi-million-pound house burn for some reason, nothing about this bothers me. Maybe it's that one less look on her face that is changing. Maybe it's what I've seen and heard inside. There's only a calm, a stillness. The same hush that comes after a terrible storm has swept the countryside. and with it, the sight of the sun rising above the horizon. It's a beautiful morning! Ever so slowly, the sky begins to line before my eyes. Darkness giving way to the warm morning hues, soft rays spilling over the vast expanse of Luxembourg's countryside. Near by the trees sway in the rustle of the breeze, the passing gothic crowd leaving this room from outside cold enough to make me shiver. The remains of the storm has passed. In the distance, I can hear the soft chirping of birds as the rest of the world stirs, wakes. Dawn at last. Dawn of a new day. We are free. Epilogue. Alright, finally!
Oh,
We
thank
did it!
God.
Oh god,
Okay.
we can play other visual novels
Okay,
now!
I'm done
Free from the
voicing Luke. I'm
game,
done
the
voicing
letter.
Luke now.
Okay, well.
Yeah, Ed, if you want to read, how do we know how long?
It's very
Epilogue?
short.
It's
very
it's
short.
like it's just a recap what happened after the characters type of thing. So,
Yeah.
like the flames that engulfed the mansion that night, whispers quickly spread across the Luxembourg city after the incident. Officers who investigated have simply deemed it an unfortunate accident. Regardless of the truth, Luke Wright files criminal charges against Blair Reality Corporation after, for the undisclosed reason to the public, forcing the latter to declare bankruptcy. A move that was merely stroked the rumors further. But for those who still believe the stories of the old, those who know the truth, it is but a testament to the curse and the secrets of the Ermengarde mansion as hidden for centuries. If will become a time, those will be finally revealed. Only the ashes of the new ruined mansions knows. However, on nights the wind howls and the thunder booms across the sky, some still claim hearing the voices where it once stood. Of cries and wails that fills the night and desperate calls for help for anyone who dares listen. As for those who once tread its halls, unable to settle their differences, Hanna Wright eventually files for divorce from Luke Wright.
Woo, good ending. Sorry.
Several months they become the subject of gossip in the mass media in the city. In spite of this, the two have uncharacteristic remained tight-lipped of the circumstances of their separation. Though many assumed his inevitable falling out stemming from the trouble during the couple's housewarming party. To everyone's surprise, however, Wright quietly accepts the court's decisions and disappeared from the Evans' hairless life without creating much fuss. Even after Hanna Evans having given birth to their children months later, that man rarely is seen around the family, really leaving his children partly gifts from the mailbox whenever he's in town, never showing his face. With the Wright couple's separation also comes the Wright's conglomerate split up. Although the Wright Enterprise still manages to do well in the business with Evans Incorporated back as a competitor, other tech leaks places its CEO and the company under legal spotlights months later. This time, however, within the chief inspector Harvey Lee's sudden absence, the businessman isn't able to escape close scrutiny. In an investigation headed by the LPD, Detective Inspector Ashton Frey,
Oh, yeah.
Wright's Enterprise legal business dealings within the past 10 years comes to light. Although his involvement with other crimes is still being investigated, the disclosure has caused a huge outcry, especially from the business sector. Sued on multiple grounds, the company is ultimately forced to shut down. Oddly, when Luke Wright steps out of his office one last time, there's only a small smile on his face. To avoid public outrage, the once affluent businessman immediately leaves the city. All of his bank accounts have been emptied, including the Luxembourg apartments, leaving not a single trace or clue where he might be hiding. The last anyone has seen of the man was on a flight bound for Ireland. Till this day, no one has heard of him. Not even Hanna Evans. Even his people from the old Wright Enterprise, who've all been left to deal with the aftermath. Though, only the past few months after the situation has calmed, some have made claims of spotting him fitting in and out of the city, if only to check on those who has left behind. Following the company's split, Hanna Evans re-established Evans Incorporated, becoming its CEO like her late father has always wanted her for. Though it can be out of practice and doubted by many people at first, the Evan Harris quickly finds her bearings and proves to be every bit as talented in the business as her parents. Soon, under her management, the new Evans Incorporated flourishes, becoming one of the prime investments in finance companies in Luxembourg City.
There, Aaron, you're just in time for the finale.
Hey.
Yeah, I just wanted to see what was going on.
All you need to know, divorce happened. We burned down the mansion.
Luke's bankrupt now.
Oh yeah, Luke is super bankrupt, but he's now like heading to Ireland for some unknown reason. Anyways, months after her recovery, Marianne Michelot heads back to her homeland, ready to close a chapter of her past she has left hanging for so long. There, she visits Lorraine's grave, asking for forgiveness from the girl she once loved, something she has intentionally avoided for years. Although the terror of what she had witnessed inside Obergon Mansion still clings to her, she bravely chooses to move on from it. Turning a new leaf by focusing on a new branch of her interior design company, and leaving her interior design company at Luxborn's in the hands of her secretary instead. Although she never returns to the city after, she frequently is seen visiting to check on the people who has become acquainted with in her years there. Having finally accepted herself, she won't deny she's in a happier place now. By some stroke of luck or unfortunate circumstance of fate, Marianne encounters Luke Wright once again, almost after a year after she returned home. She meets a man at a local marketplace, newly settled, fumbling, and confused.
He actually looks more handsome like that, honestly.
Oh, yeah. Although her opinion of him remains ambivalent at best, she reluctantly offers help, especially after seeing him stumble in his Gaelic more times as she deems acceptable. It becomes a start. Not to a close friendship by any means, but perhaps something akin to it. On better days, then vitriol and scathing words don't get in the way. There's only the pleasant companionship that one offers to another. Casual visits to the other's homes, sharing a bottle of wine or two, and simply talking about what is anything under the sun. Comfort and the things they can no longer have. Something they both eventually learn to appreciate with time. I apologize.
Honestly, the characters look better in these drawings than they do in their in-game.
They probably
models.
hire like the illustrator like on the last minute. It's like, oh god, you're finally here. Just draw the epilogues. Why? Because we can't pay for anything else.
Alright. Well, looks like they're together now.
Yeah, despite making Ireland branch of the interior design company her focus now, Marianne encounters to gather her most avid patrons in Luxborn when requested. After her work with the Ermengarde Mansion, Hanna Evans has never trusted another to handle the design for any of the places she's owned. Upon back to the Evans Mansion after her divorce, Marianne's name is the first thing she calls a woman to fly back to the city at the socialite summons. Not only helping with the decorations of the old place, but also assisting with the renovations, much to Hannah's delight. But even after the project has been wrapped up months later, the renowned designer remains a constant presence around the businesswoman. With everything that goes in the city, this does not escape the notice of people who has kept a constant eye on their errands. The rumored couple has kept mum about it. But anyone who sees them together won't deny seeing a different spark in both women's eyes. With the help of family and friends, Zachary Steele is soon able to open a photography studio of his own, something he has dreamed of having as a child. Although he still hopes to get back to indie films someday, the client works and small project has kept him mostly busy. Hectic as it may be, he can only be glad at the amount of work he's poured in. It has made moving from the incident of the Ermengarde Mansion easier, if not faster. But while there are still nightmares with the support from his family, his doctor, and his own drive, the dark images has finally turned to pleasant dreams. He's aware he won't ever truly forget, but he's no longer running away. At times, when he's not busy, or after a hard day's work, he still thinks there's another story for the big screen to be told in that. An idea that he may soon turn into reality once his time affords it. Unknown to many, Hanna Evans also played a huge role in getting Zach's new studio up and running. But all for the latter efforts to try and thank the woman, she insists on keeping her investment as secret as merely wishes to help out, having been impressed by his skills in the field during the brief time they worked together. A working relationship that continues to this day, as he's the only photographer she seeks at every single event she hosts, whether it's a simple social gathering or a company party. Beyond work, they also remain close friends to this day, marked by the frequent visits by the studio or casual talks over lunch or dinner. A friendship that seems only to grow in time, especially after business, the woman's separation from was right. Both have never directly answered what the real case may be. But it is clear that Evan's heiress trusts the photographer enough to put her children, who are especially fond of the man, and his care every time she leaves out of town. In months that follows, Rebecca Gales become the prominent research within Luxborn major academic circles, especially after writing that she had discovered about Anselm Village and the Ermengarde Mansion. With the help of Professor Andrew Clark, she was able to secure funding to continue her research, presenting her findings yearly at the local international symposiums. Now that the tail end of her current studies, she hopes to publish her first book, correcting all inaccuracies in the city's current history. A move supported by both colleagues, students, and friends alike. Though she knows she still has a long way before she can even begin to change people's minds about it, Professor Clark has warned her as much she perseveres. Doing it not for herself, but for the sake of history for future generations must never forget. No matter how disturbing the experience with the curse may have been, she remains worrywart as she has always been. Even after what she has seen, she continues to fret over people she cares about, sometimes much to their frustration or embarrassment. But there's one last thing she has shifted. It is her relationship with the people in her little group, particularly with Zachary Steele. In fact, on numerous occasions she has been spotted dropping in by his new studio, bringing the man food on days when he's swamped with work. They also have grown more comfortable around each other than before. Maybe it's born out of their shared experience, or maybe they see each other simply as changed naturally due to the years they've known for each other. Regardless of the whys, it is a change of the man's welcome and appreciates. In turn, he strives to return her kind gestures whenever he can. For all the horrors they've seen, would have thought something good would come of it. Things have inevitably become strained between Ashton Frey and Rebecca Gales in the months following her confession.
Oh.
With their lives getting busier, the two have eventually drifted apart. Although neither talks about it, one teacher still strives to forget an old love. It's clear in Rebecca that she still has feelings left she couldn't let go. If anything, however, this has only made it obvious how much has changed between them, and how much she has clung to the idea of Ashton's from her younger days, the one that may have never been there in the first place. Merely an idea for a starry-eyed young girl. But if there will be time she will be able to accept this, to move on from the hurt and to repair an old friendship that has fallen to ruin, only she knows. Amidst her struggles, Rebecca finds an unlikely companion in the Great. While he avoids the city like a plague nowadays, after losing both his company and Hanna, he managed to drop by from time to time, mostly to check on his goddaughter, Kylie Suarez, though the man still won't admit it when asked. Rebecca still regards the man as insufferable, and she doubts he'll ever change. But after all she has seen, much as she denies it, is now considered his presence the closest thing she has to comfort. A similar sentiment that former businessman seems to hold, even confiding in the women of his problems, petty or otherwise. Their friendship may be awkward at best, but the grim reality of death having once shadowed over the two of them is something they'll eventually grow fond of. Time. Her newfound courage, Isabella Santos finally chooses to pursue what she really wants for herself. Having made enough to keep her family afloat for the few years, with her blessings, she quits her job at Blair Reality Corporations and takes a scholarship offer from the local university. Though remarkably out of practice and unsure she'll be able to keep up by the time she returns to university, she finds her feet soon enough she will be from the people close to her. With her confidence and her skills growing, so do the number of people recognizing her and her work. It doesn't take long for several award-winning bodies to take notice of her. For all of her accomplishments, however, she has never truly forgotten what happened at the Ermengarde Mansion. The image still remains in her, and particularly unpleasant nights, terror continues to visit her dreams. She knows that they will never disappear from her life. It has become part of her in the same way death has permanently taken from her. However, she's no longer afraid. With a brave face, she carries on, earnestly wishing that someday she'll be able to paint a brighter, more vivid thoughts on her canvas. an honest portrayal of life and hopes amidst the fear. Shortly after accepting the scholarship grant from Luxembourg University, Isabella moves from Samwell residences in favor of staying in the dorm close to her campus. Although she makes the decisions out of convenience, she won't deny of also doing it out of a desire to avoid another awkward encounter with Rebecca Gales. Following the aftermath of the curse, the relationship between the two girls have turned lukewarm at best.
This is what happens when your relationship with her is not great.
Yeah.
Uh,
While no harsh words have been exchanged yet, the wordless sentences have sent the incident only has pushed them further apart. Isabella leaves her home of 5 years with a heavy heart. Even though she has jokingly complained about Rebecca's bossy attitude in the past, she confesses missing the woman's fussing. Despite her tense parting, she still carries hopes that one day they'll be able to fix whatever has come between them. But if there will be a chance of it, is a question they both ask until now. More than a year later, everything as once their respective lives have settled. Zachary Steele and Isabella Santos finally hold their first exhibit together. A project has been in the making for almost 2 years, after a photographer casually brought it up to the other artists. While merely intended as a small event, it has been surprisingly attended by several members of Luxembourg's upper class and art enthusiasts. Although only a few pieces have been meant for sale, the show has been brought prominence to Zachary and Isabella's names in the city's art scene. It has been followed by several other exhibits by the two, both in and out of the city. Currently, they're planning to hold their first show overseas. Yet, even with the unexpected overwhelming fame, friendship between the two has remained strong. Theirs, after all, is a bond that goes beyond being mere partners in a small project. He's her family, and as much as she thinks it is his. Ugh. Following the success of the Luxembourg film case to a close, Ashton Frey receives a recommendation to transfer to Luxembourg's lead agency against organized crimes. An endorsement eagerly backed by the newly appointed successor, the late Chief Inspector Lee, Abigail Harris. Knowing he'll have more resources, leeway, and bigger chances at ultimately bringing Luke Wright to justice, Ashton Frey accepts. He still warns the people close to him against Wright and his associates, but only a friendly reminder now, more than anything. Though he does worry. He believes that they're wise enough to know what they're doing and trust their judgment. For now, he has decided to leave evidence and law to speak for itself and take care of the man that once proper time comes. Nowadays, police work and operation keeps him busy, sometimes taking him away from the city where he grew up in for days on end. And a rare thing to enjoy once upon a time, yet this time, he never loses his drive. Simply growing more determined and having finally found a clear purpose close to the rush and excitement he dreamed as a child. Although Ashton still keeps mums about specifics details of his work, his experience with the curse has slowly taught him how to open it up, especially to those who've had genuinely cared for him. He still has a long way to go, he knows that. But for the sake of the people who are still with him, those who have chosen to stay, he hopes that there will come a day when there no longer has to hide behind his own lies. A day when no longer afraid of facing the truth in his own words. On his day off, Ashton is usually seen loitering around Zachary in Steely's studio, either to help him out or one of his pet projects.
My God, we gotta go and watch all the relationships.
Hell yeah, dude! This is the price of keeping everyone alive!
oh my god.
Either or, it's mostly the latter. At certain times, he volunteered to model for one of Zach's projects, in spite of the photographer's reassurance. That's not needed. Regardless, Ashton insists, before complaining how meticulous the whole process is hours later, to Zach's utter amusement. Although at times they may get into small, trivial arguments, things have stayed cordial between the two. If anything, the ordeal have both gone and merely straightened a friendship that the detective didn't expect to find in anyone. After a bit of fumbling and a few missteps here and there, the moment briefly allowing their uncertainties to hang over them, Ashton Frey and Isabella Santos finally finds a rhythm. Theirs isn't a soaring love story by any means, nor is it happily ever after, but often told in picture books the girl has ever dreamed of having in childhood. Far from it, in fact, despite what people glimpse their eyes or glean their gestures, they both know better than to cling to ideals. A stranger will say they're in love, hopelessly, genuinely, and there is certainly a truth in it, one only has to look. However, what they never see is this. Beyond the soft smiles, fleeting glances, and gentle touches only meant for the other is a grief. A terror that never seems to lift, constantly filling their nights with echoes of the unforgiving wails and unwelcome dreams that stirs either awake in the darkest hours of dawn. It has never truly left them, and they never will. In the same way that the light scar in Ashton's hand will never fully heal, or the horrid images in Isabella's mind that will never fade. But they cope. In hushed whispers and tender reassurances, with light kisses and long embraces. When that no longer suffices, when the horrors become too much for them to bear, they have each other, warmth to hold on to the coldest of night. For them, it is more than enough. Ellipses. Holy fucking shit! It's over!
Oh,
Ah!
God, yeah,
Ah!
fine.
We
Speed!
did it.
Run this shit!
yeah,
Yeah,
because we gotta go.
we got. Yeah.
If
Anyways,
you're reading this, you've survived playing the letter.
The first is many visual novels coming from us. Hopefully they're not as long.
and with less dialogue, but other than that, guys, thank you for joining
Yeah.
that final session.